I think we've been pretty decent. So as far as it sounds to me, it sounds balanced to me. So if it doesn't, if it sounds like any like movement away from the mic, um, if anything, maybe a little bit more vocals. But such is the case. But if I'm right in front of it, then it nails it.
Too loud. Yeah. So turn the gain down rather than turn the gain down. That's better. Okay. Better to turn down the gain than turn up the. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, Owen.
No problem.
Thank you. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm so excited. I was trying to remember your name. I couldn't remember your name, and but I remembered you and your music from the last time you were here. And I went, oh. And then when I saw your name, I went, oh, it's him. It's him. So I'm very thrilled you're here today. Yeah. Awesome. Play away. Yeah. I did it. It was, we were messing with the soundboard, so. You don't have sound. Oh, Stephen, he has no sound on his mic or the guitar.
Yeah. Mic, check. So the mic works. Mic is still good.
Are you plugged? You're not. Oh, you're plugged in through there. Oh, I see. Okay. So the gold cord thing, yeah, that one. Okay. Okay.
After that pop, that sound went dead.
Oh, oops. Oh dear. Okay. We'll keep going. We got 5 more minutes of luscious music to listen to and enjoy, and hang out and talk and give hugs. Steve, yeah. He's not connected right at the second because he's tuning. So, but could you check her mic? Oh, there we go. Wow. Ooh, thank you. That was beautiful. This is Owen, everybody. Our amazing musician for today. We're so grateful he's here. We're grateful for Stephen and Palmer on sound. We're grateful for Kaimana for doing the bowls earlier and for being support. We're grateful for Terry and Cindy and Pasha and Margie and virtually every single person here and every single person online as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome to New Thought Center, Hawaii. So we're going to, I guess I'm going to do the reading today. So Science of Mind magazine says, Back to basics. The universal mind responds to us by corresponding to our mental approach to it. We are dealing with intelligence and should deal with it intelligently. If we are practicing students of metaphysics, we could reasonably ask about the personal need to go back to basics on a regular basis. If oneness with God is our belief, how can we ever be apart from the presence? The wise might answer, yes, but how does oneness reveal itself? Is this an idea that sounds good in prayer but stops mostly on the lips? Or is it an experience actively carried with us daily throughout our very physical response? Life is wonderful, exacting, challenging, inspiring, terrifying, enlightening, and depressing. Sometimes many of these things taking place all in the same day. It would not be far-fetched to think that the demands of physical living can lead us from the foundation of well-being, at least from time to time, if not regularly, hence the need for regular returns to the simple, basic movements. During the day, we could stop briefly, perhaps while walking or riding in a car with a friend, or taking a child to school, to silently check in with our inner spirit. Even a few seconds of active connection with our inner core can add a quick, calm setting to the day that demands many choices. Lengthy times for prayer and reflection are always part of a good spiritual hygiene. But what of the rest of the day or night? Tiny remembrances of the divine connection can always bring refreshment and will do so at every turn. There are inner renewals that money cannot buy. So I'm going to read this affirmation through one time and then I'll lead you in it. I am the place where God stands forth in the world as me. I turn my awareness to oneness in small and large ways throughout the day and find my light. Okay. I am the place where God stands forth.
Place that God stands forth
In the world as me.
in the world as me.
I turn my awareness to oneness.
I turn my awareness to oneness
In small and large ways
in small and large ways
throughout the day
throughout the day
and find my light.
and find my light.
Ooh. I'm re-nervous. I'm a little wonky today because I was with Kai and the crystal bowls, and oh my, if you guys haven't ever done that, do it. I've been trying to get in there for 2 years now. Finally made it today. So it's amazing. It's truly amazing. All right. So I think we're here now. We can all just settle into our chairs and get comfortable and close our eyes and relax and take 3 deep breaths together. Let's do that. Breathing in, then breathing out. And breathing in and out. One more. In. And just bring your awareness inner to whatever's going on inside you, in your mind, in your heart, in your body, whatever that is. Just be aware of what it is. And just know that you are love, that all there is love, and that that love is your true essence and is the true essence of all creation. It is here now, it is everywhere. It blesses us in tiny moments and big moments. It gives us courage to do the things that challenge us. It strengthens us in so many ways. Sharing love, giving love, is the best gift you can ever give. You're giving the essence of your own true self when you share your love with others, with other people, with other animals, with beings, with the plants, with the trees, with the honu, with the earth. Sharing your love light. So I invite you all now to just go into your heart area and keep breathing deeply. And notice a little spark in there, a little spark of light. That is your love light. And as each breath comes and goes, that spark grows and grows. More and more, filling your whole chest area with love and light. It's so beautiful. And allow that light to expand into other areas of your body. Your arms, your legs, your back, your neck, your head, your feet, your fingers, your toes, your hips. Every organ inside, every blood vessel, every essence part of your body. Allow that love to flood all those areas in your body until you feel yourself being that love light entirely. And keep breathing. And allow that love to expand into this room. Allow it to move into your neighbors, people sitting next to you. Everything and everything in this room. Allow it to be filled with love, with your love. Allow your love to expand because your love is limitless. Allow it to expand even more throughout this whole building, filling every space, place, and face with love. Oh, just feel that love. Experience that love. Know that love on a new level, in a new way, right here, right now. And from this space of love and oneness, we recognize that we are one with the infinite, all that is. And as we recognize that for ourselves, we also recognize it for others, for all our loved ones and the people we know, some people we don't know, who have called out for assistance with their health, with their wealth, with their living situations, with their jobs, with their wishes. And let us just know now that that divine love that we are and that they are as well, we are all one. And right here, right now, we recognize the wholeness, the perfection, the wellness, the abundance of the all that is. And we see all of our friends, neighbors, family, loved ones, all the ones we are praying for. We see their love and their wholeness and their wellness. We know that is their birthright right now, to be whole, perfect, and complete, as we know that also for ourselves. And we send this love like a giant wave out around the world to every place, space, person, and thing. And we just enjoy the feeling of that love permeating everything, everywhere. This is who we are. Now bring your awareness back into your body and your seat, and move your feet and take a breath and open your eyes and be here now. Uvalele valiatula mama e. It is done, and so it is. Oh, that was a unusual trick for me to take, but I'm glad I did it. I'm a little too loud. Tinny something, I don't know. Thank you. All right. So, continuing in the love light, can we have another song, please?
So I figured it's an instrumental piece called Stargate.
Mm. Wow. Oh, my heart is so full. Thank you. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to New Thought Center of Hawaii. Anybody here for the very first time? Yay, we have a new person. Our motto here is, for our church, is a sanctuary for the nourishment, development, and evolution of each individual's unique spiritual path. No matter what your beliefs may be, we support you in that belief. We want to help you expand your journey, grow your journey, and have a deeper connection with the all that is, that place at the mountaintop we're all trying to get to in various ways through various paths. And this is just a kind of an open path. My daughter said, what'd she say to me the other day? Something about, I love that you don't tell me what to think or do. And that's really the truth here. We really just love each other and support each other to be the best we can each be on this journey of spiritual awakening and love. Yay! We had, some of us were here yesterday for a class on the meaning of aloha, and the teacher affirmed that our motto up here actually is right on with the Hawaiian tradition of aloha, and that it supports that fully, and that when we say aloha to people, we aren't just saying a word. We aren't just saying hi or goodbye or I love you even. It goes much, much deeper than that. And during this meditation we just had, going into that love space, when you say aloha, that love, that immense, endless love, is what you're sharing with another human being. That's the true heart of aloha. That's what it means. And you can say that anywhere to anybody. And what I found when I journeyed to the mainland was that I would say it to everyone. My sister would get mad at me. Why are you saying that? That sounds stupid. And when I would say it to people, sometimes, not most of the time, I was in that heart space, sharing my heart with them, no matter who they were. But every once in a while I'd say it to someone and I realized I wasn't in my heart space when I said it. And it would remind me, get back there where you belong. There's a song like that, isn't there? There you go. Rob has it. So, we want to welcome everybody. We'd like to, we're going to send this mic around the room. This is where we all get to share who we are, a little piece of our aloha with each other. And when you receive the mic, please say your name. And the question for today is, what is your zodiac sign? So it should be pretty easy. Is there anybody here who does not know what their sign is? Oh, okay, everybody knows, so. It should be one word, yes, one word. Yeah, yeah. That would be a miracle. I would appreciate that. Yeah. So I'm Pomaikai Kulan, and this is Kaukea Winston. She's our guest speaker today. She is a master astrologer, and I have a lot more to say about her in a little while. And we have this amazing musician here today also. Did I see a lay here for our guest? Or not? Hi, Jamie. I just did. Oh, her bio. But she could be enjoying it longer if you give it to her now. And I am a Sagittarius, just like my daughter. Too many mics.
I'm Terry. I'm a double Gemini.
I'm Cindy, Libra.
I'm Condor. My sign is Cancer, but my previous sign, my sun sign is Gemini.
Tasha, Sagittarius.
Shelba, Libra.
Margie, Taurus.
Shayna, Cancer. Tony, Aries.
Rosalia, Virgo. This is Maria. She's Capricorn.
Forrest, Leo.
Kathy, Libra.
Dama, Taurus.
Chris, Gemini.
Patty, Sagittarius.
Eddie, Aquarius.
Marcus, Gemini.
Jamie, Pisces.
Palmer, Pisces, with a birthday next week.
Stephen, double Sagittarius.
Kaimana, Capricorn.
Jeanette, Cancer rising, Gemini sun, Cancer moon.
Karen, Scorpio.
Leah, Taurus.
Tatum, Virgo.
Cat, Cancer.
My name is Candy. I'm a Gemini.
Barca, Pisces.
Nance, Pisces.
Solvay, Scorpio.
Jim, Leo.
Keola, Virgo.
Marine, Gemini.
Sarah, Aquarius.
Sean, Scorpio.
Bethlehem, Leo.
Gilling, I'm a Cancer.
Everybody get a chance to go? The dog? The dog?
And Pisces.
And Kaukea. I could use the hand mic.
I'm a Virgo with an Aries moon and a Scorpio rising.
Ooh. Thank you. Thank you. Well, now that we've all said hi to everyone in our own unique way, Owen, can we get one more song?
So this is another instrumental piece called Midnight Run. A lot of the, like, when you write lyrics to a song, it's easy to come up with a title. It's usually written into somewhere in the lyrics when you're constantly about it. When it's an instrumental thing, it's not. And I kind of like more and more the aspect of the energetic alignment of music without words. You know, to articulate and put into words everything to make you feel. It's not everything you feel great. Right? So why speak of music? Anyway. Well, it is, but now no one need to put time.
He's beautiful. Hey. All right. Oh, no, so this is one of my favorite parts of the service. We get to share miracles and ordinaries with each other. So this is your chance if you've had any miracle or thing that you called a miracle, or anything that was like just an ordinary thing that's always been ordinary, but you just noticed it in a new way, maybe. Just went, wow, and realized that it was a miracle. We look forward to everyone coming up and sharing, whatever that might be for you. And because when we share those things with other people, it not only empowers that within ourselves, but it also empowers other people who might be having a similar experience or who want a similar experience. It brings that energy into the room, and we get to share it with each other. So who's my first lovely sharer person? Candy? Are you coming up? Oh, awesome. What? Not that one? Okay. I should use that one instead.
I picked one random beach yesterday, and the spot I usually sit, there was one turtle, so I shared the beach with that one. Then along came humongous monk seal right next to us, so I hung up with them yesterday. That's what I did.
Wow. That's amazing. Whoa. Awesome. Leah. Okay. No.
No?
It's not on.
You can hear it? No?
Good morning. My name is Leah, and I just had a miracle happen just 20 minutes ago here, and I'm so excited to share because my son, some of you know that I had a 36-year-old son who made his transition November of 23. I talk to him every day. I invite him to paddle in the canoe with me. I invite him yesterday to scuba dive with me. I invite him to sit in the seat next to me when I'm driving. I talk to him. I invite him to, if I'm eating something I know he loved, taste it through me. Well, just 20 minutes ago, when Owen played that beautiful song, Stargate, all of a sudden, I felt my son in your body, feeling the guitar, because he was a guitarist, and he loved to play, and he had one very similar to yours, and I don't know your age, but he was 36. So maybe he decided to feel the guitar and play with you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Who's next? Oh, good.
Okay, I definitely can't top that. That's crazy. We got together with a beautiful group of women the other day, and Kai. Women and Kai. He was showing his divine feminine side. It was beautiful. But yeah, some of us are in the crowd here. But yeah, it was just like a very lovely experience with just powerful, divine feminine energy. And I just wanted to share that it was just, yeah, we're going to do that again. And everyone is invited, definitely.
Thank you. What's your name?
Oh, Tatum.
Kato. All right.
I'll second that because I was there too. Aloha, good morning. So this isn't so much my miracle, but somebody else's, and it was a really sweet experience. So a few weeks back, my housemate Shilea passed away. I came home and found her in her favorite meditation space right next to my bedroom, facing the east. in her bathing suit sarong and a book. So if I have to go, I would want to follow in her footsteps. But just 3 days before that, she shared this beautiful story with me. Her partner 5 years ago had passed, and she was talking to him all the time. She had his ashes, but she couldn't find the courage or the space, the comfortability to let him go. And she said, Jamie, guess what? I said, what? She goes, I took him down to his favorite palm tree, and I spread his ashes, and I looked out to sea, and she said, if you're with me, could you please ask the whales to show themselves? And like, as she thought that, she said there was spout, 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 spout. And then, so then 3 days later, she passed. The 4th day after she passed, I was standing out at the top lanai. I lived downstairs, and I went to go look upstairs, and the lady at the house said, take a break, go swimming, take some time off the farm. This is a lot. I said, okay. So I'm watching the water, watching the waves, and I was thinking of Shailea, and then the person that was with me was thinking of Shailea, and right as we both had this thought, this huge breach you could see in the distance, and that's like, we're at 900-foot elevation. I had no idea you could see a breach that far. And then a week later, a friend of mine said, I'm really, really feeling called to take you to go whale watching with me. Would you like to go? I'm like, oh yes, you don't have to ask me twice. So we went up north near Kohala, and within 1 minute, 2 minutes, there were whales. And we ended up having the boat to ourselves. It was just the two of us. And the captain was saying, well, if we put an intention, we were all on the boat, we meditated and said, okay, if it's their will, would you please breach? And he said that they did. And I said, I have another whale story if you're open to it. And I shared Shailea's whale story. And right as I shared it, this huge, huge escort came right at the stern of the boat and just blew. And then went and dove. He had to lift all 3 engines, and I'm sure he didn't have to. They knew what they're doing. And it went and dove right underneath the boat. And then there was another and another and another, and keiki and babies everywhere, and tails. And he says, what was that friend of yours' name again? And I said to Shailea, and he says, hi, Shailea. Thank you for coming and gracing us with your presence.
Wow. I'm whelmed. I am very whelmed here. Okay, we got time for one more quick one. Anybody have one? No? We're whaled out. Yes. I love whale stories. They're my amakua, actually. So, all right. Well, let's have a whale of an amazing time now with Kaukea. I'm going to read her bio because I'm always learning new things about her through it. It's great. Kaukea Winston is an energy healer and astrologer living in Honoka'a. She's lived in Hawaii for almost 50 years between Oahu and Hawaii Island. She has taught astrology and chakra healing at Sacred Path Healing School on Oahu for 20 years and works both in person, online, and does distance energy healings. Her recent training with Francis Weller, soul activist and author of The Wild Edge of Sorrow, has significantly deepened her own ritual practices, and she now includes grief tending with her sessions. I hope you explain that to us. Her training with astrologer Jason Hawley has also woven in living astrology practices into her sessions, which create a dynamic approach with natural cycles as part raising consciousness and living in the animate world in a more embodied way. She offers 1-hour sessions at a discount for those attending the New Thought Talk, and there's a sign-up sheet over on the table. Normally she gives readings afterwards, but due to life, And where she is today, she's decided that that isn't something she can do, and so she will do readings either by Zoom or in person in Honoka'a, where she lives. So if you're interested in doing that reading, please sign up on her list over there. Okay, where did I leave off? I can't hear you. I'm sorry. The readings are really good. The readings aren't really good. They're excellent. Sorry about that, but I mean, she has so many gifts. She has some, I mean, well, this is for later. Anyway, I want to get her to her talk. So many astrologers have been predicting 2025 to be a pivotal point in our history, with powerful Pluto just entering air sign Aquarius for the next 20 years. It is time to shift gears to collaborate in ways we can only yet imagine. With that, I'm going to let her continue on with the story. Hey, Stephen, turn your mic on, please.
Yeah, there. Can you guys hear this? Is that good? Okay. Well, I'm so happy to be here today. See some of you, dear ones, that I've been here. I think this is my 4th year coming and doing a talk. And, you know, just preparing for this in a year like 2025, woo! There is so much astrologically going on this year. I really had to surrender into like, show me what it is to share today, and being present with you all in this aloha. Oh my gosh, that meditation you did, and just the sharing of these miracles and the music, this Stargate. Thank you. You know, this is the collaboration, and we're learning how to just be more present with the moments where, you know, this isn't all on me. You know, I'm praying to be a channel here to bring in the news, the astro weather news, and you're all collaborating with all of your energies, and I'm really receiving that today. And I think this is part of what the Aquarian Age is asking of us, is learning, no matter what strength or leadership that we're bringing, to also be receiving in that collaboration at the same time, and not feel like, well, it's up to me. This whole old individualistic way of the West, you know, I've got to go it alone, and I better, you know, pull myself up on my bootstraps and do it. And the Aquarian Age, you know, these 2,000-year ages, we're coming out of a Piscean, what I call the Piscean Virgo era, these opposite signs. That was a 2,000-year age. We're barely into the Aquarian Age. Virgo Pisces age was a earth-water age that had to do, you know, this is during the time of Christ, and it was, Virgo says, you know, get it right, try harder, you know, put more effort in. You can refine it, you know, try to make it perfect. But perfectionism and the cultural the overculture of perfectionism is something that is really not serving us. And we have tremendous still internal dialogues around, I'm not good enough and I have to try harder and I'm still proving myself. Pisces says, you know, surrender. You can be forgiven, but you are a sinner. And you know, there's victimization at the low end of Pisces, but at the high end of Pisces is compassion, is empathy, is the idea that God's pond, whether there's blossoming lotuses or decaying matter, is just a beautiful thing. Virgo's going to go and clean that pond up. They don't really like all that decaying matter. Get rid of it. Make it perfect. And so as we move into the Aquarian Leo age, and Aquarius being an air sign, and Leo, it's opposite the fire sign. Leo is about leadership, and it is heart-centered. It says, live from your heart. Be that aloha. Learn how to embody this aloha that is reverence, that is respect, that is really generous, very generous, where we can be generous, not give it all away, into this community of Aquarian new culture, living culture that we're creating. And the ways that the power struggle has gone on with who's in charge, who has more power, you know, we're letting that go. Pluto is in Capricorn for 20 years, teaching us that these power dynamics don't work. And now that Pluto is firmly anchored in Aquarius, the wrecking ball Pluto that says, I'm going to strip away everything. And when it goes into a sign like Aquarius, in 2008, when it went into Capricorn, it took down the financial systems. Capricorn rules money. It shook it to the ground. And in 20 years, we learned a lot about power dynamics and about capitalism and about all kinds of things that as a culture we're now awake to. We want to live in more harmonious, connected, people-oriented ways, you know. I'm getting off social media a lot. I want to be with the people, and that's what Aquarius is about. And so we can lead and bring our loving hearts into small community, into larger community, and that's how we're really building at the start of this Aquarian age what's coming. And because when Pluto first enters the sign, it has to break through. Aquarius is an air sign that says, I'm a rebel. I'm going to break all the structure up. I'm going to break all the rules. And it's futuristic, and it's very much involved with technology. And boy, do we see that going on, you know. But where is the caring? Where is the heart? Aquarius can be so aloof and have such a, be in the observation deck, watching it all, and being detached emotionally. And so what's so important is to keep our caring hearts open, to care. And then you see the protests going on. I don't know if you saw the one of the women in France. Wow. Topless on the streets with their, you know, chests painted, anti-fascism, you know, like, wow, this is pretty damn exciting. The French really know how to revolt. So, as the love soup you guys all got going on in this spiritual community, it's juicy and yummy, and I'm loving being here in it. We need to remember that the perspective of the patriarchy and the powers that are now making decisions that got everybody, many people, very afraid, scrambling about what's next. It's rising a community of people that say, I care. And they're coming together, whether in small numbers or larger numbers, to say, this is who we are. And it's growing and it's beautiful. Those of you who met me in the past, you know I have this set of astrology cards that are for each of the zodiac signs and the planets. And I'm just going to read a little from the Aquarius card, Aquarius at best and Aquarius when stressed. And I also have a line of essential oils, and I was going to grab the Aquarius oil off the table, and it's a roll-on, you can pass it around. But you know, the invocation that we invite the Aquarian age into our hearts so that we step out of isolation and we step into collaboration in ways that we can't yet imagine. And whether that's 2 people, 3 people, a group of us like 30-some, we're learning how to give and receive by showing up and saying, oh, I'm bringing something here with my presence and my mana'o and my ike, and yet we're receiving from each other. You know what? We all have this way of sharing that aloha that is strengthening the collective at this really crucial time in our history. So Aquarius, the water bearer, and people get confused about this sign because it is an air sign, but it's the water bearer who's pouring the living waters. And I'm just going to show you this beautiful image here. Don't you just love them? Pouring the living waters down onto the earth to break up the stagnation of things that no longer have life. And Aquarius, each sign has a planetary ruler, and Uranus, the god of awakening, is the planetary ruler of Aquarius. And feel free, when we break, to walk around the wheel here and see the 12 zodiac signs. This is cyclical living, and we don't want to go down the rabbit hole and get too mental with astrology. We want this to be a living practice. We're in Pisces season right now, and I'm going to talk about that a bit and what's going on with the Mars and the Venus retrogrades and the Mercury retrograde coming up. But this way of just understanding that we live in a cyclical world where planets revolve around a sun and we're on one of those planets, and that we can tune in. My mentors, first Fodiaba, my beautiful husband who passed in 2008, he could hear planets. He was always listening and transmitting, and it was 9 years of that life that awakened me to the power of the cosmos and astrology, and it was an initiation for me. And when he passed in 2008, I knew that my life had changed, and I didn't know what was next. But now astrology has become a tremendous part of my life, doing a lot of readings and teaching at the Sacred Path Healing School on Oahu. Jason Hawley has become another current mentor who lives in Santa Fe. And this year in October, I'll be one of 20 facilitators in a Living Astrologies conference. And it's 4 days of playing with astrology, playing the planets. What would this planet say? And working with grief and gratitude, which has been a big part of my life since Fodiaba's death, and accepting grief and working with grief in a very creative way. Grief is not depression. Grief is not sadness. Grief is an alive, creative process, and doing grief ritual has become a big part of my healing practice. And I'll be holding a 5-hour workshop as part of Jason's conference that is exploring grief and gratitude through understanding the cycles of Saturn completing its journey, its 2.5 journey in Pisces, and Neptune and the asteroid Ceres, the Great Mother, in its entrance into Aries, the fire sign. And so more on that. You can reach me. I've got cards up there if you want to hear more about that. But back to Aquarius here. The affirmation is, I'm a unique individual with original ideas. I see things from a broad perspective. And boy, do we need that right now. Because if we get so small that we can't see that, okay, something's breaking open. It may seem really dramatic and really terrible right now, but something is breaking open. And the song, oh, the times, they are a-changin'. You know it. It's happening. And we're in the midst of it. And I loved the meditation because that's the place, that loving heart space. And if we can continue to hold that for each other and meet collectively like this and keep growing our faith, we're in Pisces season. We've got the Sun, Saturn, Neptune, the North Node, all in Pisces right now before we head into spring equinox on March 20th. And Pisces says, let's find a way to live in the in-between. This is about alchemy. This is about mixing and not black and white, good and bad, right and wrong. We've got to find that way to create a fine mix within our own being of when is it time to listen? When is it time to be quiet? When is it time to speak up? When is it time to really stand up or say no or say yes? And these subtle ways of becoming require a deep inner life. And that is the call. And so Aquarius says, I'm a weirdo and I'm not afraid to show you all how different I am. I'm not looking to try to be perfect and fit in. The South Node, these lunar nodes, the South Node's in Virgo, and they stay there for about 18 months. We just came out of Libra Aries, and the North Node was in Aries that said, hey, it's time to individuate. It's time to stand on your own 2 feet and to say, here's who I am, and I'm going to light the match and ignite, my sovereignty. And I can do this sometimes. I mean, we need each other, no doubt, but Aries knows how to stand and say, I will fight for this. This is a value. Here's what I'm going to do. And this South Node being now out of Libra, the sign of partnership, but on a bad day, Libra is very codependent. I can't do it without you, I need the other. And so we just went 18 months of kind of this energetic shift that says, learn to stand on your own 2 feet, Aries. Now the nodes have moved, where South Node in Virgo is like, we have to do that reflection on, am I perfectionistic? Am I rigid? Am I trying so hard to get it right that I don't even see who's in front of me to receive and collaborate with them and to create some new kind of opportunity and participation in my life? And the Pisces North Node says, just be in God's pond and let the fish swim, and it's all okay. Have faith, have trust. We're learning. Back to Aquarius. So Aquarius at best says, I see the whole picture and find innovative solutions which serve humanity. I stir up humor and value friendships. I'm communicative with my original ideas. I'm experimental and scientific. I am part of my community and require a lot of freedom. I love my weirdness, and I help others to embrace theirs. And so this idea of having to apologize for being different, or feeling like, well, survival is fitting in. Survival is saying, oh, we're alike, and so we're stronger because we're alike. We've got to be able to stand up and say, here's this thing I'm doing. Nobody else may be doing it. When I started grief work, people were like, oh, grief, like, oh, God, not that, And I just had to stay with my own inner process because I was healing. I was learning through Francis Weller and through his team, Soulful Life. Every Wednesday we meet for an hour and a half, and those people help nurture my creativity around how I accept the adult that says, yes, there's joy, and yes, there's grief, and yes, there'll be deaths, and yes, there'll be beautiful, joyful, amazing things to celebrate. And I want to be a grown-up and learn how to be strong enough to live in a world where I accept all those things. And we're all asking, to step up and be both strong and soft, to be tender, but also a warrior heart that says, here's where I stand. And that's alchemy. We're all learning how to do that. Aquarius, when Aquarius is stressed, is detached and aloof. I'm sure karma will work itself out. I don't need to be involved. And sometimes we got to step back from our attachments and our passions, all the fire signs, they're very passionate. I think in abstract ideas, and I am not personal. I'm a rebel without a cause who destroys in order to obtain a sense of freedom. I play it so cool I have no close friends. I'm superior in my intelligence. I'm strange and I do not fit in this world. I'm a misfit and a know-it-all, and I act as if I need no one. We do not need to go down that road. But we are seeing leaders who are exhibiting some of these qualities, and it's challenging when there's so many marginalized people. And but you know, this shift in 2025, Pluto's firmly anchored in Aquarius, and this year Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune all change signs in 1 year.
Wow.
That has not happened in our lifetime.
Wow.
And so Neptune, being the planet closest to Pluto, has been in the sign of Pisces, the sign it rules, for 11 years. And it is been a beautiful time. Think of how many more meditation practices and yoga teachers and how much is available to us in the spiritual worlds. That's, you know, Neptune is just this dissolver of boundaries. And in its own sign, Pisces, it's just been streaming in ways that we can spiritually connect, you know, with our own private practices and within our communities. There's been a lot of good juju for that. At the end of this month, on March 29th, Neptune finally leaves Pisces after 11 years and goes into Aries, where it will stay most of this year. And that's very significant because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it's the spark. When you said, oh, light that spark in your heart in your meditation, this is what Neptune moving into Aries is doing. It's saying, now that we're anchored in our faith and what we believe in, how do we light that spark to live that in the world? Not as a teacher, not to stand on a soapbox and tell everyone, this is the way, this is the truth, but in a way that says, I'm awake and I'm alive and I'm excited, and here's what my spark is bringing. And just to share that spark, you know. These fire signs, particularly Aries, you know, they're igniting the fire, and we can light each other's candles. We can break out of depression. Neptune and Pisces could bring a lot of depression if you don't know how to work through your grief. There's going to be some heroism that's part of Neptune's journey in Aries, like that, you know, follow me and this is the way. But we all have the way, and it's part of that inner alchemy that we're creating. And sometimes we got to reel in and contain in order to keep our grounding and be full of light. Sometimes we're ready to go out and really spread that light and really share. But that journey of how to do that, it's our job to know where we're at and how strong we are to participate in the outer world, and how much we need to keep filling our inner world. And it's just, now is a crucial time to learn how to strengthen, you know, these na'au and the heart and the third eye, and get that line of intentionality from the light to fill the pelvic bowl and just be filled with light, but rest on the earth, rest, receive. Allow yourself to be nourished by the mother. You know, this is the core of my healing work, the energy work that I do is through the chakras and through learning how to step into the Sushumna, the central channel, and really be anchored in a restful place where we're building vitality physically, but we're also full of light. And part of that journey is understanding that grief and gratitude will be the dance, and that we can face it together. We can talk about that. You know, there's so much shame around. We just don't want to talk about it. It's almost like the New Age community, stay positive, you know. But this is part of the human journey, and the more we start talking about it and sharing it with each other and knowing that we're okay, we can grieve, we're safe, we can do that, and joy is returning, and it's a cycle. So, Okay, back to the cards here. Here's Neptune, spiritual wisdom and compassion, the great dissolver of old life patterns through universal love. And so as we move Neptune into Aries, I'm direct and take action based on my instincts. I'm courageous and self-reliant. You know, this is the courage of Aries. At best, Aries says, I trust my will and assert myself with strength and boldness. I have a clear sense of my individuality. I'm independent and take risks to gain experience. I have the faith of a child, and I jump in to try what inspires me. I'm enthusiastic and confident. I get very excited about starting things. And so who's our Aries again here? I know we got some Aries.
Somebody back there.
One Aries.
Tony.
That's right. Shine that light, baby. I've got Aries moon and an Aries south node, so I get it, man. Aries is trying to like start the party. Let's go. Aries on a bad day, though, is selfish, impatient, with tendencies to rush. Come on, let's go.
As her husband laughs.
So Aries can be pushy, forceful, domineering, headstrong, willful. They can act before they think and expect others to be direct. Why can't you make up your mind? They can get overly excited, easily disappointed when things don't go their way, be childish and not complete things. Aries starts off strong, but completing isn't their strong suit. And so with Neptune going into Aries as well as Saturn, god of manifestation, self-discipline and patience, restraint and acceptance of limitations in order to become mature and responsible. Saturn gets a bad rap. But if we don't get our Saturn, you know, if we don't embrace the lessons that help us mature, life keeps kind of knocking us down and telling us to grow up over and over again. Saturn moving into Aries. Anybody who's 28, 29 will be in a Saturn return. Anybody who's around 58, 59 will be in a Saturn return. That is a, like, rites of passage into your next adulting initiation. And it's powerful. So, you know, these two planets, Neptune and Saturn, going into Aries at the same time that the Sun is going into Aries, there's going to be more energy bioavailable. Just know that it's like a horse out of the gate. There's a lot of energy up front. Boom. And your ideas are going to maybe feel, I'm going to do this. Aries is a lot of energy up front, but we got to pace ourselves now, okay? And so that's a little bit of that. Jupiter has been in the sign for almost, well, maybe it's 8 months now in Gemini. And it's moving this summer into Cancer. And we're in this era of moving out of water and earth signs into fire and air signs. And the earth and water signs are yin, and they really, you know, want stability, security. They play it a little more safe. Fire and air signs, they're like independence, freedom. Let's go. And Jupiter moving into Cancer, the water sign that is about nurturing. And Jupiter says, you know, opportunities for learning, exploring, and understanding, having optimism and enthusiasm. It's the god of expansion and learning. We're learning now in Gemini how to get along with others, you know. It's like, oh, that's your opinion. Oh, this is my opinion. Castor and Pollux, they're making their conversations. And we're learning about respect and aloha and how to hear each other's opinions and find room for all that. As Jupiter moves in this summer to Cancer for a year, it softens it up and allows us to step deeper into nurturing ourselves and nurturing one another, because it's the sign of the mother. It's the sign the moon rules. I have little handouts for you today with important dates that I'm not going to pass these out quite yet, but when the time comes, let me just have one, because I don't want you staring at your paper the whole time. You've probably heard me in the past recommend the Wee Moon date book. This is my astrology date book for the year. It's has the eclipse cycles, the Mercury retrograde cycles, the year of the snake we're in, shedding our old skin. Just think of it as the snake's getting larger and you can't fit in your old skin anymore. You gotta get out. We gotta grow here. We're coming up to an eclipse cycle, and the eclipses happen when the sun and moon are near where these lunar nodes are. So we're having our first eclipse in Virgo this coming Thursday. In fact, this month, between now and the end of the month, this is the most powerful month astrologically of the year. And this Thursday, the full moon lunar eclipse, total eclipse in Virgo, can be seen from Hawaii. It's the blood moon. You can go out at night and see it turn bright red. And the solar eclipse new moon is on, I think it's the 30th. Hold on. So 29th or 30th. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, the 29th. And it will be in Aries. And so full moons are release time, and an eclipse sort of brings everything to a head. And this is in Virgo. It's right on my sun. It's my personal eclipse. How do we let go of perfectionism? How do we accept the human journey, that we're just all so unique and different, and it's messy? We cry, and we grieve, and we're happy, and we connected, and we need time alone, and that all of it, it's all part of the big journey. Full moons, particularly eclipses, time to let go, let go. What is not working? Write it out, burn it. The new moon, solar eclipse, 8 degrees Aries, new beginnings, new starts. And so it's good to know when the new moon and the full moon are every month, to just practice new beginnings, setting intention, and the full moon releasing. Whatever sign the moon's in, whatever the stress response to that sign is, you have a chance to look at it and go, okay, I'm ready to let that go. Just the awareness can shift a lot of things in that inner alchemy that we're working on. Mercury goes retrograde on the 14th, Friday, this coming Friday, for 3 weeks. Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year for 3 weeks at a time. It's starting in Aries and moving back into Pisces. And so in the next month or so, we've got all this Pisces, Aries, the Pisces may sink in. Oh, it's hopeless. Or just like, I escaped to my music. Thank God for the music. It's the safe, wonderful internal place to hang out. And Aries, like, oh man, I'm fired up. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I believe. Here's what I want. And in this retrograde period, Venus is also retrograde in Aries. And Venus and Mercury. Mercury says, how am I communicating? How am I listening? What am I sharing? How's my mind processing all that? And Venus says, what are my desires? And what are my values? And how can I express them? Venus in Aries is just kind of a pissed off woman. No. It's those French women in protest. And so Kelly Surtees is an astrologer. I follow a lot of astrologers, and Kelly is wonderful. She's Australian, and she wrote these questions that we can ask ourselves during the Venus retrograde cycle, which is until April 12th. And it stays in Aries till the end of this month, and then it goes back into Pisces till the 12th of April. And the questions to ask oneself is, where am I not in charge that I want to be? Where am I not in charge that I want to be? What desire have I not acknowledged? What individual preference do I need to express? Is there something I agreed to do that I really don't want to do? And so here's the feminine, Venus, showing up and saying, you know, what are my agreements? And, you know, is this really where I'm at? And when Aries comes in, Aries says, oh, yeah, you better fight for yourself. You know, you need to keep the spark alive, and you can't compromise, and you can't just brood and be angry. So how do we learn to get more courageous and speak up and say, hey, this isn't working for me. This is what I need. That's Venus in retrograde. And it's giving us a chance to really reflect and journal and ask those questions. She says changing your choice based on emerging insight to your true desires and needs will be likely. Venus in Aries has such an independent streak, it can help you get beneath conditioning, tradition, or expectation to tap in to what you personally want. She asks the question, what is it that you want? And so, you know, Aries can get a rap for being selfish and very self-focused, but it's identity. It knows to know what one wants is part of setting boundaries. And the clearer we are on that, the more we won't compromise and just end up angry. So
Yeah.
those are some things with Venus and the retrograde. Mars was retrograde from December 6th till just recently in Cancer. And it hasn't built up speed. When a planet goes retrograde, it stays there for a while when it stations before it goes direct. And, you know, Aries and Cancer make this hard, like, what I want, what about those I care about? Cancer is about who's my family of choice, family of origin. How do I make sure that I'm loving and caring and sensitive to their needs? Venus in Aries says, well, I got to get really clear about who I am and what my needs are if I'm going to contribute and be a part of family system, whether that's, you know, community, family, however we do that. So that's all going on in the mix in the next month. So I'm going to just step into now the important dates for 2025, and you can pass those out, I guess, is good. And then how's my time? What?
You're up.
I'm up? Okay.
But,
so just to say, on here, there's one line for each of the dates. It's for eclipses. It's for these planets that are changing signs. I didn't talk about Uranus changing signs from Taurus into Gemini, but, you know, one line, working things through with unusual dialogues and an open mind. My website's on here, the discount for reading. I think that's good. If there's any questions, maybe I can take a couple questions. Is there time? Yep. Okay.
I'll talk real fast for announcements.
Okay. Any questions? Yes. It's interesting. So the verbiage, take advantage of. So collaboration is key this year, and finding people that you're like you're offering your sound healing, and people can come before a session on Sunday. That's collaborative. That's beautiful. You know, you. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the divine feminine is really on the rise, and yesterday I went at Kahilu Theater to the talk called Redeeming Mahu, and Kumu Hina Wong from Oahu was there, and Lanakila, who's been my Kumu, was there, and this blending of what two spirits are. We all have a blend of feminine masculine. You know, our gender and our genitalia has nothing to do with that. And we're learning how to blend our, like I said, the strength with the softness. And there'll just be more and more small collaborative groups. And whether those are women's groups or whether they're men's and women's groups, it's the men who are open to saying, gosh, relationships are important. And I know who I am enough that I can be with women in these collaborative ways, and I don't lose my center. I don't have to be a hero. I don't need to lead by, being in charge. I'm learning how to let the feminine lead, and I know who I am, and I've got my yes, no, maybe. We're all learning how to blend these, and that's really, I think, this year opening up, breaking through our minds and identities that no longer fit. We need to step into our uniqueness and keep doing this internal alchemy.
Thank you.
Sure. That's it.
Ooh. Wish we had another hour.
Come and see me in person. I'm in Honokaa.
Yeah.
It's only an hour and a half away.
And you're all invited after we're finished to come and take a look at what she's created up here. And you want to say something about the tuning forks?
Oh, I was going to pass this Pluto tuning fork around. You hold the stem, you tap it, and you listen. And Pluto is the agent of transformational change. It's how the caterpillar becomes the butterfly.
Ooh.
And so, but we've got to break down, the caterpillar suffers, goes into a liquid form before it can become a butterfly. So I'm going to pass it around, and you can listen and invite Pluto in to transform any old stagnant, stuck energies that help transform and liberate you.
Awesome.
The tuning forks are something I use. I'm a sound healer. I teach sound healing at Sacred Path School, and I use the tuning forks in my energy healing work in Honokaa to help break up. And I always look at the astrology chart to see what's going on. Maybe one of these planets that's changing signs is transiting in your personal chart, and it's pushing you in a way that says, shift needs to happen. And so then we do that on the table on a hands-on session that can help break up the stuckness.
Wow. We have so much to think about, and now is our time of sharing our gratitude for Kaukea being here, for Owen being here, for having this space, for being graced with all of the gifts that we have that allows us to come together here in community and experience a variety of wonderful adventures in different ways. So we'll be passing our koa bowl around, and Owen will play another song for us. Thank you.
Please stand by. Oh, wait, hey, it works. So I wrote this song lyrically quite a while ago, but the finger picking and how I play it evolved as I became better at playing the guitar. So by the time I could play the song, it was very different than the mind state and life situation I was at when I wrote the song. So anyways, called it in my own time. Actually, no. I wrote a song more recently. I'm going to do a different one. It's called Preoccupied, and it's fundamentally about presence. because if anybody's read Alan Watts' book, The Wisdom of Insecurity, he just does a really good job of painting this thing that we're all kind of very aware of, right? Like getting too preoccupied with future or past, and missing now, and like not realizing that like right now, like I've been going through it too. Like we're always like getting crazy. You know, like, oh, I need this. There's something wrong with this person, that person. Is it just me? It's like, no, it can't be me. It probably is me though. It's probably the. So then all of that mess, like preoccupation with past or future, and missing that right now is the effective manifestation of stuff that you wanted and were crying about years ago, right? So to be so wrapped up in like what's hasn't even happened yet, or what already did happen, you might miss that like you're living the creation of your own doing, right? So like I think that's kind of a handy thing to remember. Anyway, the song's called Preoccupied. Tied up in knots, listening to Alan Watts. Anxiety of the modern ages, gotten a bit out of hand. It's time running from speaker out of microphone. I'm tied up in knots, listening to Alan Watts. Anxiety of the modern man has gotten a bit out of hand. He spends his time running from a past that he can't change. Meanwhile, I'm going through, and the present moment goes unnoticed. But here and now, good things do come to pass that were set in motion sometime in the near or distant past. But he's too wrapped up inside, trying to choose that brighter side. But he's too preoccupied to notice. He dreams of an ideal job and a beautiful woman, always going, never slowing, but it keeps on while never knowing that life has a way of providing exactly what you ask for. But acquiring that shit ain't easy, so to keep on striving, he keeps believing that the pain he's experiencing will eventually make a difference. But that this is not the case, and you should just relax your face and lift your chin and give a grin. Oh yeah, it's never too late to start all over again, and the work remains the same. But all that comes if you complain is just more of exactly what's been causing that reaction, my friend. Mind is preoccupied with worries for tomorrow and regrets from yesterday. That'll only bring anxiety and sorrow, so let go and get love today. When the mind is preoccupied with worries for tomorrow and regrets from yesterday, that'll only bring anxiety and sorrow, so let go and love today.
Number one. There I am. Okay. Oh, wow. That was... I'm so excited you're here. Such a blessing. Sometimes I just like have a fleeting thought, and then somewhere down the road, usually very quickly, my answer comes, or my solution comes, or the person shows up. And I am living and loving that so much. And this is one of my answered prayers right here. So happy you're here. And thank you, Kaukea. That was amazing. You have so much to give, and we don't give you enough time. Yeah. So I'm going to just do a quick little thank you prayer here. Just take a minute to breathe center, be in our heart and our body. And just give thanks for all of the abundance and blessings. We give thanks for all of the gifts that you have given, whether they're physical or spiritual or emotional. We give thanks. We give thanks for all the love that is building and growing, and we give thanks for all the ways that you're going to go out and share that love with the world. We give thanks for being here in this beautiful community of love, sharing our wisdom, our knowledge, our thoughts, our needs, our prayers, all of it. For we are all of it. We are it all. We give thanks for all the blessings and miracles, for all the healings, everywhere, in everyone's heart, everywhere on the planet. We give thanks for love growing beyond anything that can resist it. We give thanks for that love, and knowing it now is true in every heart, every mind, every human being on the planet, and everything else as well. Ualele valeatula mama e. We let it go, and so it is. All right, quick. I said I'd be quick. So Kaukea has, you want to tell people what you have to offer over there?
So the zodiac cards are up there. There's a few sets. They're $15 each. There's essential oils for each zodiac sign. I have samples to try on, and I have oils for sale. There's 2 sign-ups. One is if you want a half-hour session, they're 45, or 1 hour. If you sign up, and then I'll just reach out to you. We'll come up with a time. There aren't any limits. And another one, if you just want to be on my email list, I send 1 email out a month that most about astrology.
And she keeps her word on that. Yeah. Well, so coming up next week is Kelly Simmelsberger. She's going to be doing a spring equinox ceremony. So it's a good way to celebrate the transition. It's a good way to tune into the energies that are happening around us so that they come in a gentle, loving way, and instead of hitting us over the head as they sometimes do. So please join us for next week. On the 23rd, Jean Love and Pasha McGregor are going to share insights from India. They just got back, and hopefully they'll have a slideshow or something fantastic like that, and we'll get to hear the stories. And Donna Marie Bordeaux is after that, and I don't know anything. Okay, weekly classes, Jin An Wang's Tai Chi, monthly crystal ball meditation, which was today, so it won't be until next month again. End of the month potluck, the last Sunday of the month, which is the 30th, after service on the lanai. It's a nice way to get to meet people and share your aloha with all of us. And please come and bring food, or if you can't bring food, that's okay. Just come anyway, because there always seems to be fishes and loaves beyond what we can imagine. So please join us for that. Special event, Saturday, March 15th. Maria Mann is doing a life wave. Interesting choice of words she chose. Second of 4 monthly workshops. And it will be in the Honua room from 1 to 5 on Saturday, March 15th. Saturday, March 29th. Our fundraising yard sale on the lanai. We got to keep the lights on, and we got to pay our doubled up condo bills too. It's like, I mean, I had no idea. That was shocking. So if you have anything you'd like to donate to the fundraising yard sale, or please show up here on Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. to noon. One of early people here. Bring your friends. Easter's coming. Maybe you might want to find a little Easter gift for somebody special, or I'm not sure what, but come and help us out, please. And invitation, we do have a prayer ministry. We have trained people in our prayer ministry that use the Science of Mind prayer technique. It's called treatment. It is not like most other people, the way they pray. This is the way Jesus taught us to pray, by commanding, by knowing that it's already done. So if you need a prayer, if you know someone who you think could benefit from a prayer, please check with them first. But we have prayer request slips over on the table by a box with a little honu on top. Fill it out and put it in. If it's for somebody else, make sure you ask them first if it's okay. Otherwise, the prayer will be just for their highest and best good, which is usually good enough. So take advantage of that wonderful prayer ministry that we have. And also, I think on the 29th, Pasha, isn't that when we have our celebration for the prayer ministry? Oh, the 23rd, right. It's not on here. Okay. Yeah, and Margie, I wanted to give you a a spiel up here.
Just trying to help people be able to get their balance going, strengthening as we get older. Safety is such a factor, and so I'm coming once a month to help us learn different activities and what can get us better, such as getting in and out of the chair. So everybody that gets up has to get up without using your hands. Okay? Every time you get in a chair, do not use your hands, and you'll get stronger and be safer.
I have an announcement.
The 5th of April and 10 to 12.
April.
Saturday.
Oh, okay. Not till April. Okay.
Okay, I'll try to be quick. So you know that we every month we have we take our profit and we tithe. We tithe to different nonprofit organizations. We're doing something this time. We have one of our recipients, which is Jill Wagner's Tiny Seed Project. It's the Joseph Rock Arboretum. We're doing tours over there to take people through so you can actually see hands-on one of the places that part of your donations are going to. And it's going to be Thursday from 10 to noon.
Ooh.
And I've got, I think we've got 6 people signed up. There's room for maybe as many as 4 more. And Leah's going to, we're going to carpool. Leah's going to carpool. I'm going to carpool. She's south of here. I'm north of here. Jill's off of Palani Drive, I believe. So she's in town. So it's not like it's out somewhere. This is Hawaii Dry Forest, of which we have very little left. And it's one of the most precious and rarest ecosystems on this island and in the world. So it's a really unique chance to go and see something different, see where some of your donations are going. And yeah, Jill's a very multi-talented person. And yes, Leah, you want to? Oh.
Mention about rave canceling.
They didn't. Okay, and just Jamie's reminded me that Rafe needed to cancel his workshop, so we won't be having him this year, but hopefully next year when he comes back.
Yes. But he does have some new music coming out, so stay alert for being able to buy that. Yeah.
And I'm Leah, and if you're coming to the seed bank, we're going to carpool from here, from the parking lot here, meet here at 9:30. I have room for 6 people because I have a van, and if we go beyond that, we'll figure the rest out of who's going to drive and how many. So We have a sign-up sheet. I think we'll put it back on the table over there to see if you'll put it. Tony's going to put it back on the table so more people can sign up. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to see something that is alive and well on the island that I didn't know about, and how fabulous a seed bank, and to carry on this dry forest capability that this island has is a beautiful thing. So the tithing that this center does every month, we're making a difference, and that's a beautiful thing.
Awesome. And you're all, of course, invited to come up, and it's amazing to look at these and like tune in to some of these pictures. They give off a vibration. And choose your sign and then like hone in on it and just let it fill you. So you're welcome to do that afterwards. And right now we're all going to stand in a circle and sing our closing song, Hawaii Aloha. Thank you. Somebody made it for me. Yeah. You did turn this off. Turn me off.
I got vocals but no guitar.
Aloha.